So this is the PMP handbook, examination content outline. There is one more document called a handbook also, but anyway, here they have mentioned the eligibility requirements. Let's go to it. So educational background is concerned, either if you have a 4 years degree, then we need to have a 36 months of unique, non-overlapping professional project management experience. Bachelor's or postgraduate from CAG accreditation program, master's or global equivalent, then we can have a 24 months of unique, non-overlapping professional project management experience. Along with that, whatever the course, 35 hours of course that we are going to conduct. For example, if you are suppose if you have worked on certain project where you have some overlapping, then that will not be considered. So we have to mention the start and end date, not end date, actually end of the month for each and every project, so that the overall 36 months or whatever the criteria is fulfilled. So according to that, we have to document it. And provided we have to mention our supervisor or maybe manager or somebody. We have to mention their email ID. Suppose it can come for audit. I mean, 10 applications once you make it an audit. So if there are any audit comes, then the concerned person has to sign and query it to the PMI office so that their application will through.
Okay.
If there are any mismatch or something, then maybe you will not be able to. Even I too from automotive background, so automotive better software. But anyway, manufacturing sector also I work in multiple OEMs, so you can consider that as a not in the manufacturing sector exactly, the project where you are creating a manufacturing bay, right? The setting up the manufacturing machines and everything, no? It's to set to create a cars or whatever it is, right? So in that case, that can be considered as a project. For example, new product line has to be set up, right?
Yeah.
For that, we are working on certain project. Okay, this is the recommend and what is the time motion study and everything we have to do, and we used to set it up. And what is the preventive maintenance and when we have to do that and everything. So that is what the difference between the project and operation. So you are setting up the line. So that is called project. So once you set up the manufacturing line, then it will be handed over to the operation team. So what their job is, so for example, if it is a kit factory, you'll get all the parts, just assemble and you do the testing, sanity test and some drive test and everything. Then finally it will go to the respective dealer or something, right? So, so that is completely operational activity. So, but prior to that, whatever we are setting up the bay line and everything, no? So that is nothing. So you can mention even whatever you worked on India also, you can mention that is a project. So provided you should have some contact where if at all any audit comes, they should support. Then let's dive into the content part of it. Okay. So we have 3 domains, and in each and every domain consists of certain tasks and some enablers. Okay, domain is nothing but the high-level knowledge area for the project management. So task, that is nothing but under the domain, what are the tasks, the project manager responsibilities. That is what we are talking about. And the enablers, we are giving some examples and based on that, you may expect a lot of questions. Let's see some example. For example, 3 domains are nothing but people, then process, and the business environment. So these are the 3 domains. Business environment. So business environment, you will be having 88% of the weightage and 50% in the process and 40 the remaining percentage, somewhere 48, I think, 42% comes under people. Okay. So for example, you consider the people where manage conflict. That is one of the tasks, under which the enablers are interpret the source and stage of the conflict, analyze the context of the conflict, and evaluate and recommend reconcile the appropriate conflict resolution solution. So this is okay. These 3 points comes under the enablers. So in a people domain, As far as the manage conflict as a task is concerned, you'll be having questions around this. So, for example, when you run a project, definitely we have to run with some people. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is when the team is newly joined, newly joined doesn't mean that the new hires from the company. No, it could be from a different cross-functional team, and they are joining together and working towards the project. So in that case, what happens? There will be some introduction followed by some conflict can happen, right? And how do we resolve the conflict? So that is the duty of the project manager. And how to set the team norms and everything. So that will be there. So how to avoid and how to um, always look for a win-win situation. So those things will be part of the management. So similarly, lead a team and support team and all these things. Okay, so they have mentioned all the tasks and everything. And in the process domain, they have given various tasks like execute project with the urgency required to deliver a business value. Okay, so in the earlier terms, I mean, somewhere in the some 5 to 6 years or 7 years back and all. So they were thinking about only if you could deliver within the scope and time and budget, you are done. So that is what the scope. I mean, the scope, time, and the cost. If you could meet the iron triangles, they used to say that is iron triangle. If you could meet, then that project is success. Now, what they're telling is we have to deliver the business value. Okay, if you deliver any business, any project, that has to deliver the proper business value. For example, I'm developing a e-commerce website where only credit card and debit card option was there. So then all of a sudden demonetization happened. Then UPI came into picture. That became a boom, right? Suppose I'm delivering a project without having a UPI option for payment.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, is it really meeting the business objective? But as per the initial scope, everything is achieved. But the business value is not achieved because a lot of people have started using UPI. If they have a QR code and everything, I can just scan via my mobile and I can transfer the money, right? Instead of entering my card details and everything, instead of that, I can scan and send the money, right? So we have to adapt according to the changes which are happening around the world or surroundings. Then that creates more business value, right? For example, if I don't have a UPI option, then I may have a lesser only through credit card and debit card. But if I provide a UPI option, what happens? Either I can send a UPI ID or a QR code, then a lot of people can afford it. So that is the option. So that is what we need to deliver the business value and managing the communication development. So the process is bit detailed area. Previously, the PMP examination was purely based on the process. Okay, now they have increased the scope and increased the content with the people as well as the business center. Okay, so we'll see the process in bit detailed way and business environment. So business environment, how to understand the business environment, plan and manage the project compliance. So, for example, some of the project may be security related or health related or safety related. For example, I'm developing one truck that is for military purpose. So, in that case, what are the different complaints I need to meet? Then, what is the determine the potential threats to the complaints? Okay. For example, um, I'm connecting with the telematics team, a telematics software. So if somebody can tap the data and saying that, okay, this particular military truck is going on here, then there may be a chance for attack. So in that case, whatever the communication which are happening between the vehicles or between the vehicle to the head office should be completely encrypted, right? So those kind of complaints we have to meet. So that is nothing but part of the business. They evaluate and deliver the business project benefits and value, evaluate and address external business environment change and impact and scope. So yeah, hardly 4 tasks are there. So according to that, the questions may be missed.
How many questions would be there in the exam?
Yeah, it's totally 200 questions, out of which 180 questions are highly valid, and 20 questions may be even the entire team itself, they are not concrete about the answer. So they'll keep on evaluate.
Okay.
But anyway, it is something like a black box. So where you write an exam, I mean, write in the sense you have to choose the option and everything. Then at what criteria they are evaluating and everything, we never know.
Okay.
So finally, you will be getting with you will be evaluating based on these three domains, whether it is pass or fail. That's it. And you met the expectation or below the expectation or something like that. That is the way they'll evaluate, and finally you will get either pass or fail. That's it. And moreover,
Okay.
if you are going and attending in a Prometric center, probably at the end of the examination, within 5 minutes, you can get the result saying that pass or fail. And certificate would generate after probably a week or 2 to 3 days, 3 working days. Yeah, let's see certain the basic terminology for understanding. So we have slightly touched upon our business environment as well as people, then process, right? So in process, we have these many process. So prior to that, I would like to give us some explanation about what is the project program and portfolio.
Your
So
voice was breaking. Can you repeat it?
yeah, so I would like to give us some difference between project, program, and portfolio. So project is nothing but a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result. For example, I'm manufacturing I'm creating a factory to produce various automotive products like vehicles or whatever. So that is nothing but project. Okay, whatever we are delivering as a complete car or truck or whatever it is, that is nothing but product. So there is a difference between the product and the project. We're building a factory to deliver, produce the car, that is nothing but project. We're delivering the car from the particular factory, that is nothing but product. Okay. Service, already we have some fair idea. So you may be aware of some service companies and other things, even in automotive sector also. Okay, I need to design some exterior portion alone. So we can outsource to some other company. They'll provide those service alone, right? Or something like you are giving to some consultant and other thing. So they are providing with some analysis data and other thing. That is nothing but the result. So that is also can be considered as a project. In a bigger project, small portion of it. Yeah, we can consider as a work package, or sometimes it is a small project. So the project outcome is either we have to create a unique product, service, or result. Program is nothing but a group of related projects and subsidiary programs. Multiple projects together form a program. Related projects. For example, in automotive, we have we are producing multiple cars for the OEM. So there we have a SUV, MUV, the normal utility vehicles and everything is there. So in that case, you can categorize, under which we have various models, right? So each and every model is considered as a separate one project. Okay? All the SUV models comes under one program. All multi-utility vehicles comes under separate program. Likewise, we can segregate. In some cases, for example, some defense-related cars we are producing, suppose. So in that case, that is a standalone project, but again, that you map to one program. So for example, let's take Mercedes-Benz. So Mercedes-Benz, they are producing various levels of cars and everything. But the car segment is there, where we have a medium segment and high level segment and everything, luxury cars and everything is there. So that can be considered as a one program. Then there is a separate program for trucks. In truck also we have various applications and everything. For example, commercial trucks and mining trucks and everything. So that can be considered a separate program. And engines and other retrofit kits and everything, that it can be considered as separate programs. Okay, and certain programs, The portfolio is collection of projects, programs, and subsidiary portfolios, and operations managed as a group to achieve the strategic objectives. So all the car segments which are running as a separate programs can be clubbed together as a car portfolio, and various trucks and heavy applications vehicles can be considered as a heavy duty portfolio.
Okay.
Okay. So likewise we can consider, and finally it will be aligned with the company objective and strategic objectives. Like this, for example, we have a organization strategy. For example, we have to be a number one vehicle manufacturer to produce a less carbon emission vehicle. That is what the operation strategy, organization strategy. So anywhere between 5 to 10 years down the line, so that particular strategy is valid. Then after that, we can have some portfolio. For example, electric vehicle is there. That is one portfolio where we have various programs. Okay, either we can have a hybrid or purely electric, or something like the user can have a retrofit solution. So those things will be part of a separate programs. Right. So each and every car product is considered as a separate project that will run, and some of the project may be a platform project also. For example,
Okay.
all the gasoline and diesel engines, no, that can be considered Euro 7, right? Euro 7, and then Euro 7 is a platform where multiple segments of car can pick it up. But if it is purely electric, no need to bother about it, right? So likewise, and for example, fuel cell related vehicles, so that can be considered as a platform. Hope you could correlate something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there are certain things to be purely related to operations. For example, whatever you mentioned, the project, no, that are aligned with one program. For example, I need to set up the production bay for various cars. So that is comes under the operation related programs will be there. It is not part of a purely development or research. It is purely operation related. So everywhere, all the shared resources are used, and finally it is aligned with it. Okay. Now let's have some discussion about various process. If you consider any project, we have various process groups and knowledge areas. So let me explain that. First of all, if you consider any project, we have to initiate the project, right? But kick off the project. Then after that, we have to do the planning of various things that we'll see in a bit detail, and execute the project. And finally, we have to do during the execution, we have to monitor and control the process. And finally, we have to close the project. So these are the five process groups. Okay.
Okay.
Knowledge areas are concerned, like any project is concerned, we should have a scope, schedule, cost, and the quality, resource, communications, and risk, procurement, and stakeholder. And finally, everything has to be integrated.